Welcome back to CareCast, the podcast from Caresoft, the trusted government IT solutions provider. Subscribe to get the latest technology updates in the public sector. I'm Anthony Jimenez, your host from the Caresoft production team. On behalf of Ingentis, we would like to welcome you to today's podcast, focused around HR and development teams. John Kranz, VP of Customer Success, will discuss how the extensions of Ingentis org.manager caters to the crucial requirements of HR and organizational development teams.
Thank you so much. My name is John Kranz. I head customer success for the company. We're going to first talk about HR data visualizations, the approach we take at Ingentis. Then we're going to focus our session today on our ready-to-run extensions, which are brand new. We're rolling them out now into the marketplace. So we're excited to get started. Again, thanks to those that are familiar with Ingentis already. I hope you certainly learned something new today with our ready-to-run extensions. And thanks to those joining today to learn more about Ingentis. So thanks again so much. And let's talk a little bit about our platform, the solution we provided in Ingentis. So we have two primary flavors of Org Manager, and then we have an additional solution. So Ingentis Org Manager supports all HR platforms, so HCM solutions, including payroll systems, et cetera. I'll talk about that a little bit later during this presentation. But again, regardless of what your data sources are or your system of record, we can support wherever your data resides. And we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a moment. We do have a dedicated solution for SAP SuccessFactors. So again, that means the same solution, but also it's fully integrated with SuccessFactors. So that is also another option we have for our solution. And I should mention, by the way, that our solution is available in two basic ways. One is it's available on-premise, so it's installed locally behind your firewalls, or it's a hosted SaaS-based solution. So again, those two broad-based options, and then the third being the SAP SuccessFactors platform as well. And then also for SuccessFactors, we have a separate tool that's available called Business Rules Trigger, and that's helped to maintain your HR data to make sure it's up to date as well. So that's our product suite in general. As far as our focus for HR data visualizations and our approach, there's three key focus areas, and you'll see these during the live demonstration today. Of course, it's all around the people, so providing data around people analytics, then also structural quantification of your org structure and details about your org structure itself is covered through our org analytics. And then, of course, we're probably best known for doing for more than 20 years organizational charts in an automated fashion. So that covers the breadth of the focus we have as far as our solution. In terms of our approach and what it means to our customers, first, we want to help you visualize all your HR data. This can also be data from other data sources. So a typical customer for Ingentis will be a primary data source being, say, some type of HR system or database, and then having additional data sources as well. It's not uncommon at all for us to find clients that say, you know what, not all our data is in one system. We have some in CSV files, we have some in other systems, perhaps a payroll system, et cetera. So it's very common for us to bring in multiple data sources together. And the idea is to provide these templates or visualizations so you can fully grasp all the HR data you have available on hand to help make more informed business decisions. And that's through these visualizations, you're, for the first time, perhaps able to analyze multiple data sources. So that's a key benefit of Org Manager, bringing together the multiple data sources into a single holistic view. So for many of our information workers we work with at client sites, they really appreciate how we can bring all data points together, perhaps for the first time, for the use cases that they have, and we'll be giving you some examples of that. So now that you're able to visualize multiple data sources and analyze the data as well, the goal is that you can optimize decision-making. And there's two things we mean by that. First, you can optimize based on seeing all the data together for the first time, because for many companies, again, getting multiple data sources together just hasn't happened yet. So we're able to provide that for the first time. And also providing workforce modeling or organizational modeling and succession planning means you can plan for the future structure of your organization. So if you have any departmental changes coming up, or you have perhaps some budgeting exercises, anything having to do with the future, whether it's just a process or perhaps a business event that's occurred, we can help optimize what your organization is going to look like in the future based on the talent data you have on hand. So common struggles. So what are the common struggles we find with companies that we work with and that they're looking to solve? First of all, it's creating these org charts and related workforce reports. So typically, it's always a manual process. So we hear a lot that it's Visio, PowerPoint. We're trying to bring data points together. There's some manual intervention involved. A lot of spreadsheets are being used. Nothing's automated. So we're looking to automate the process. And again, as I mentioned earlier, bringing those multiple data sources together and supporting formulas and calculations, make sure you have all the data accessible that you need. And then just having that single view with all the data is key. So for the first time, again, clients are suggesting, these are the best reports we've ever had because it's the first time we've brought all our data together. And I'm also able to publish it out to PowerPoint, PDF, export it out as a CSV file or take it to Excel. So lots of options remain as far as continuing to work with the data that we're able to collect and visualize. And you can create different charts based on different audience needs. That's the use case portion of today's presentation. We're going to talk about some of the typical use cases we support customers with. And then lastly, I do want to put more focus on workforce modeling. A lot of organizations today are looking to make changes in terms of their org structure or for reasons for budgeting or new initiatives. And being able to visualize changes to the workforce, such as staffing changes or adding new positions, can be done very easily using our solution. And that's one of the key benefits of our tool as well. Our tool is actually tailored for different groups based on your needs. So I'll start at the bottom up. So for employees, it's very beneficial to have automated org charts. So the org charts are updated constantly. So you're always getting the latest view of the organization and all the employees and what role they play. So having that overview of the structure and who has which responsibility is a great benefit. So it's like a who's who directory of sorts, but it's always up to date. For managers, we get into metrics, calculations that they need to drive their business. And for HR departments and business partners, it's very detailed reports for very specific use cases, which I'm going to show you examples of. So that deals with a lot of sensitive data that only these HR departments and business partners are allowed to see. Now, at the manager level, the managers also get to see the sensitive data, but it's going to be limited to the department that they are responsible for. Or in other words, their span of control, they'll get to see all that sensitive data to help drive decisions, but they're not going to see any sensitive data outside of their organization that they're responsible for. And we'll move on and talk about the automation of these org charts. So here's an example of the type of information you can have in your org charts. But the key, again, it's all fully automated. So what is happening with our platform Ingentis org.manager is we're connecting to all the data sources you require us to connect with to pull in all the data and information you need. And that data is usually around positions. It's around employees, the talent information for employees or persons. At the department level, it's also departmental information and so on and so forth. So what we're able to do is we're able to create any type of a visualization. Doesn't necessarily have to be an org chart, but the key is that it's automated. So it gets updated, constantly refreshed. Nobody is out there manually creating org charts anymore, which has those pitfalls of, do you have the right data? Is it out of date? The time it takes to do it, time and cost is a huge, huge problem, which is why companies and organizations approach us to help them with that. So again, this just gives you an idea of what the visualizations can look like. As I mentioned, there's some key functionality I also want to touch on, and that is, yes, we have those publish options. So if you want to publish out the PowerPoint or PDF, I'll show you a quick example of what I'm talking about there. And that's a huge benefit we have with our tool. And our customers really appreciate how easy it is to go to PDF or to PowerPoint, also to export data and sharing hotspot links. So if you need to connect to any type of data on the internet or a network drive, we're able to do that as well. So lots of options with our solution are available, and I'll be demonstrating that here in a moment. So we're here to introduce our Ready to Run extension. So let me tell you a little bit about what the Ready to Run extensions are from Ingentis. So what they are is they are pre-configured solutions based on these three broad-based areas we just momentarily talked about: people analytics, around org design or modeling, and org charting use cases. So based on our 25 years plus of experience, we've learned the types of org charts or designs and visualizations that organizations require that they'd like to see accomplished. And what we've done is we're covering them through key HR use cases. So we've rolled out multiple ready to run extensions. We have at least 8 available today. And what the benefit is here is the typical scenario with an organization or department is they have very precise needs, and you're building from the ground floor. Yeah, that's fine to have a bespoke type approach to, create for me exactly what I need, but also it's a very large project at that point. There's a lot of business requirements to gather because there's no shortcut. So we're starting from the ground floor with our clients, and we're designing that view just for them based on their very specific need. What we learned with all our implementations was perhaps there's a better way, based on our experience, that we can introduce best business practices for these different use cases and provide what I call the 80-20 rule. Maybe we can provide prepackaged is 80% of the functionality you need, knowing that you're going to want to have some level of customization and decision making at the end. But we're going to get you 80% there very quickly with these pre-configured solutions. So that means there's no meetings or requirements needed. If you tell us I have a need for open position management, we're going to have a ready-to-run solution that is for open position management. And we're going to be leveraging our best business practices from working, again, with hundreds and thousands of clients over 20 years on these types of use cases. So you're going to be also benefiting from our experience that we've designed in these ready-to-run solutions. And then if you have minor enhancements you want to make, minor tweaks, just for what you need, of course, we can then do that as well. But the benefit is they're very much plug-and-play solutions, very quick to implement. Usually within just a matter of 2 weeks is a typical time period. And if you think about a project from the beginning, yes, that can take quite a bit longer. And then the cost can be quite a bit more as well. So here's a sampling of our ready-to-run solutions. This is to give you an idea. And I'm going to go through some of these. So we not only do visualizations, but we also do trend-based reporting as well. I'm going to show you one example of that with employee movement as far as HR trends. But you can see here we have already for org design, org insights. We have various ready-to-run extensions available. What we're trying to do is we want to engage with you right away. And whether it's a basic org chart or if it's DE&I or it's flight risk modeling for the planning for the future, we want to be able to stand something up and have you using it, say, within 2 weeks' time. So that is the goal of our ready-to-runs, is have you actually benefiting and using our solution that quickly. There's more details here on 2 particular ready-to-run extensions we have. And again, we're bringing in our best business case practices here from what we've learned, what clients like about the reports that we learned over time. So around retirement planning, which I'll show here in a moment again, we're providing metrics to help organizations understand for every one of your departments, what's the percentage likelihood that some of your employees, position holders, will be leaving for retirement eligibility, to help you plan around that. And the bottom option, extremely popular bottom option, used nearly all the time, is for open headcount management. So companies struggle all the time to keep up with open headcount positions, and in particular, the aging of those open positions. And that can tie to succession planning, replacement planning, so on and so forth. So if you think about it, both of these actually have to do with open position management in one way or the other, where retirement could cause positions to open up, and open headcount position management at the bottom here is going to help organizations understand which departments are perhaps having the greatest difficulty with the greatest number of open positions, or those that have been open the longest period of time. So I'm looking forward to demonstrating those to you, but we also have other org chart design options. I mentioned earlier that we can design anything. So part of our engagement with clients is, yes, we have these brand new ready-to-run extensions. So what have we been doing the past 20, 25 years? Well, we've been creating different views and reports, visualizations based on whatever the need of the client is. And we have, again, a lot of experience here. So starting with the top left, we have something around flight risk. Top right, we have something more of a dashboard view. Departments really appreciate dashboards because all the information they require for managers is on one screen, and you don't have to do multiple clicks to get there. In the bottom right, we have a focus on org design, looking at layers, span of control analysis to see how many managers have how many direct reports, and so on and so forth. And the bottom left is modeling, where we're looking at budgets, headcount numbers, et cetera. But there's even more. Again, there's lots of different types of reports we do. So here we're showing some additional reports around headcount, talent information. The bottom left here is showing more information around span of control. So we've got matrices, we've got bar graphs. So again, our visualizations can really be anything. We can do dashboards, all types of different views, as you can see here, matrix reports. Any type of visualization is possible with our solution. Great. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you do final close here. Thank you.
Thanks for listening, and thank you to our guest, John Kranz. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Caracast, and be sure to listen to our other discussions. If you'd like more information on how Ingentis can assist your organization, please visit www.carasoft.com or email us at ingentis@carasoft.com. Thanks again for listening, and have a great day.